Welcome to Vayani Tutors. Today in this video we will learn about Unit 8 2D array that carries 7.5 to 10% of the total weightage in the exam. We have learnt about one-dimensional arrays so far. Now let us see what are two-dimensional arrays. We have worked with one-dimensional arrays so far, which have a single row of elements. But in the real world, data is often represented in the two-dimensional table with rows and columns. Programming languages can also represent arrays this way with multiple dimensions, for which two-dimensional 2D array has rows and columns. A 2D array in Java is actually an array of arrays. Arrays in Java can store many items of the same type. We can even store items in two-dimensional arrays, which are arrays that have both rows and columns. A row has horizontal elements, a column has vertical elements. These are specially helpful with the naturally organized rows and columns like in a spreadsheet, a battleship, classroom seats, or a picture. Many programming languages actually store two-dimensional array data in one-dimensional array. The typical way to do this is to store all the data for the first row followed by the data for the second row and so on. This is called row measures order. Some languages store all the data in the first column followed by the data for the second column and so on, and that is called column measure. That is row measure and column measure. Java actually stores two-dimensional arrays as arrays of arrays. Each element of the outer array has a reference to each inner array. The array indices start at 0 and end at length -1. Now let us see how to declare 2D arrays. To declare a 2D array, specify the type of elements that will be stored in the array. Then the square brackets to show that it is a 2D array of that type. Then followed by two square brackets to show that it is a 2D array of that type. Then at least one space and then a name of the array. Note that the declarations below just name the variable and say what type of array it will refer. Remember, the declarations do not create the array. Arrays are objects in Java, so any variable that declares an array holds a reference to an object. If the array hasn't been created yet and you try to print the value of the variable, it will print null, meaning it doesn't reference any object yet. To create an array, use the new keyword followed by a space, then the type and then the number of rows in square brackets followed by the number of columns in square brackets, the way shown here. When arrays are created, their contents are automatically initialized to 0 for numeric types, null for object references and false for type boolean. To explicitly put a value in an array, you can use assignment statements with the name of the array followed by the raw index in brackets followed by the column index in brackets and then an equal to followed by a value. We can also initialize or set the value for the array when we create it. In this case, we need to specify the size of the array. It will be determined from the values we give. Code below creates an array called ticket info with 2 rows and 3 columns. It creates an array called seating info with 3 rows and 2 columns. Now, if we want to get the value in a 2D array, give the name of the array followed by the row and column indices in square brackets. The code below will get the value at row index 1 and column index 0 from ticket info. It will also get the values at row index 0 and column index 1 from seating chart. Here we will learn how to use nested loops across a 2D array. To start with, let us see how getting the number of rows and columns is done through nested loops. Let us see how to get the number of rows and columns in the arrays. Arrays generally know their length or elements they can store. The length is a public read-only file, so we cannot use the length is a public read-only field, So we can use dot notation to access the field using the array dot length. The length of the outer array is the number of rows and the length of one of the inner arrays is the number of columns. Note that length in a field and not a method. So we do not add parenthesis after the length. However, if we use parenthesis after the length in the exam, we won't lose any points. Let us see looping through a 2D array. We can find out the number of rows and columns in a 2D array using nested for loop. One loop inside of another loop to loop traverse through all the elements of a 2D array. So to sum up, in this chapter we learnt about two-dimensional arrays, a two-dimensional array that stores objects in a 2D table. We can think of it as storing objects in two rows and columns, but actually it uses an array of arrays to store the objects as we saw earlier. We have also learned how to declare 2D arrays, create them and access the array elements. Array elements are accessed using a row and column index. The first element in a 2D array is at the row 0 and column 0. So with this we end unit number 8. Let us meet with the next video in the coming sessions. Thank you.